It's off mute.
All right, notice is hereby given that a regular meeting of the city council of the city of San Diego, Texas will be held on Thursday, July 11th, 2024 at 6:30 p.m. at the City Hall, 22870 Priest Road, San Diego, Texas, where a quorum of the city council will be present. All agenda items are subject to action. It is now 6:31. We are in session. You can join the meeting with the Zoom link provided in the agenda. The public will be permitted to offer public comments in person, telephonically, or by audio as provided by the agenda and as permitted by the presiding officer during the meeting by signing up with the city secretary at least 15 minutes in advance of the meeting, if providing comments in person, and at least 2 hours in advance of the meeting by emailing city secretary at cityofsandiego.com or by calling 210-607-0834. An audio recording of the meeting will be made and will be available to the public in accordance with the Texas Public Information Act upon written request. Madam Secretary, may I have a call to order and a phone call?
Sure. Mayor Pro Tem Alvarado. Here. Alderman Fillinger.
Here.
Alderman Coffendeffer.
Not
Alderman Rapino.
here.
Alderman Trimley.
Here.
And I'm here, and city secretary, city attorney should be zooming in.
Okay. All right, please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one God, under God, one and indivisible. Citizens to be heard. The person who's wishing to speak may sign up as a city secretary in the time and manner as indicated above. At the time, this time is provided for citizens to address the city council on issues and concerns related to the city of Sandy Oaks. Madam Secretary, do we have anybody signed up?
No, sir.
Moving right along. Mayor and administrator announcements. At this time, my announcements are relatively limited. The only thing I think to mention is that the 10-year anniversary is still taking place next Saturday. So if you have not, signed up to volunteer or put it in your calendar, please do so. That'll be running from 10 to 2. We do plan to have a lot of fun events there. So by all means, please take some time out of your day to stop by and hang around with us. I promise it'll be a good time. Anything, you get free hot dogs and free drinks. So, all right. Moving on to the consent agenda. All matters listed under the consent agenda are considered routine by the city council of the city of Sandy Oaks and will be enacted by one motion. This will not be separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, the item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separate. This time we do have the minutes from the June 13th and June 27th meeting. Please take a moment.
The 27th is not,
The 27th?
Yeah.
In here?
no.
No?
Just-
So the 27th is not at all.
I desire discussion on the June 13th, 2024, city council members now.
Okay.
It needs to be edited, sir. Of all things, my name is Ms. Brown,
Okay.
so we can either approve it with the edit or we can vote it for the next motion. Your choice.
I think we can approve it with the edits.
Okay, then I move we approve the city council meeting for June 13th, 2024. With the call to order forum call, strike out the E and Alderman Fillinger and substitute I.
All right, so I have a motion to approve the June 13th, 2024 city council meetings, striking out the E and replacing with an I for Alderman Fillinger. My name is spelled wrong too. You're not a rapper. Okay, do we want to restate the motion?
I will restate the motion.
Correct.
spelling of last names in the call to order and forum call, Bellinger and Ripley.
Okay, so I have a motion to, by Alderman Bellinger to accept the June 13th city council meeting, striking the E for an I in Alderman Bellinger and the A for an E in Alderman Rufino. May I have a second? I'll second that, please. All right. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
That motion is approved. And you, to the fix. You got it. All right, moving on to the financial report. The income and expenses for June 2024 will be reported by City Secretary Del Rolo with possible discussion and action. Ma'am, you have the floor.
Alrighty, the statement beginning on, the balance beginning on June first was $328,528.68. Checks and payments cleared were $81,256.24. Deposits were $45,114.71, which brought the balance as of June 30th, $292,387.15. Okay, and the AD report, the ADA grant report stayed the same. Balance there at the end of June was $51,970. And then the APR report was at the same as that. And I didn't look at it, but it stayed the same. Balance was the same as last month.
Which account was that?
The ARP report,
The ARPA.
the ARPA report.
Is that not here?
Yeah, it's not here.
Okay.
But it's the same balance.
The budget or the? Yep, okay.
Like going through the budget versus the actuals, the 23-24.
Mhm.
I found like 11 line items that are over budget. I just feel these items should be addressed prior to going on the budget. The fund should be transferred. We should be doing budget reconciliations each time a department goes over budget. Which was part of my reasoning for doing the credit card policy. So I'm not sure how, we're going to balance this budget out. It's quite a bit of money. I can go down the list of y'all.
Well, and actually, the biggest one that I saw was, because it was part of my budget discussion.
Let me go down the list.
It was a health benefits.
That's okay, well, let me go down the list and that way everybody's in tune with what I'm talking about. Page 2, under fees, VCAD, we're $524 over budget
On which one, I'm sorry.
on the fees,
Fees.
VCAD fees,
Uh-huh.
okay? Further down for newspaper publishing, we are $5,000 over budget.
Oh,
Next line item is a national night out. It wasn't much, it was $56.29. Next page, page there, the employee benefits and healthcare. That one is 7,000, a little over 7,000 over budget. The insurance and liability is 10,000 over budget. Payroll processing is $953 over budget. The next one, the equipment and supplies. I'm not sure whose equipment and supplies these are, but it's about $5,200 over budget. I'm not sure which department that falls on.
So this was, you're talking about the 10,208?
Right, that was the actual, and 5,000 was budgeted. I'm not sure who that is, it's like combined or, excuse me?
It's police department.
Police department.
Yeah.
Right, And then next down the line, you got vehicle maintenance is $2,875 over budget. Veterinary services, $4,745 over budget. Parks and city grounds projects is $2,300.71 over budget. And tools and equipment, again, who's, no, that, no, public works, there's 16,797, almost 17,000.
I can speak to part of the tools and equipment for public works. I believe that was the iWork software that needs to be returned to us. So we issued a payment for that, we canceled the contract. Then being returned to us, there was a misunderstanding on my side. So once that check is returned, then that'll offset the majority of that. That's something, that's correct, right? Yeah. And then there was.
Well, I mean, we
Yeah.
can't, but unless we want to sit here and
Right.
move funds from other departments, I would ask you to come back next month with a budget showing that budgets and actuals and where you're gonna move these shortages from.
Okay.
What other departments, so that we have a balanced budget. At this point, we don't have a balanced budget.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, and if I can take it a step further, Mr. Roberts, in his last few days here, had brought up the practice of getting all the departments to come up with a list of what their needs are, what they actually need, and what, and I think that would play a big role in you preparing next year's budget, if you had that information. Because I don't think we need to, we need to increase some departments, and we need to decrease some.
Okay, yeah, no, I can have these amendments.
So do I need to make a motion for that, or you'll-
I'll just bring it back.
Okay.
Because we'll have to approve those.
correct?
I had a couple of them.
Sure.
Under police department. Their fuel of $839.65 a year.
Mhm.
That's the assistance to them. Because basically, anytime we have an officer on patrol, that vehicle is running 8 hours a day. If we have 2 officers out, that number is suspicious in those.
Yeah, and I,
Now, the good news is, we have line items out for it, but overall, police department is where actually the department is, currently $138,000 under that. So I think, we can adjust budget within departments and carry more $90 bill because the items to be on within that department.
most definitely. I'll look at I'll sit down with Dalma and go through the fuel expenses and see where we're allocating. 'Cause I think that's where we probably just go
Well,
out.
and that's an issue of one of the reasons I have to have this every month.
Yeah.
Because, it's the breakdown, and check the payment. It's good,
Yep.
but it doesn't tell me how we're doing. And, we should be balancing this budget as we go, but it, rather than just live like it is.
Yeah. Oh, I guess point of clarification, that's 645, Alderman Papadopoulos has arrived. This is animal control, so it is still an oddity that it's 839. Because the police is about 5 or 6 lines, 7 lines down, they're at $4,700. Same page.
Yeah,
Oh, you turned it back.
I turned it down.
We'll find your 839.
Okay. Okay.
So that's animal control, so we can still figure out where some of their fuel is, and it may be sitting under the police department too, so. Does that make sense? But again, we can dig into it,
Yeah, clarification.
and perhaps there is some movements that need to take place, which is fine. Anything else?
With that said, I move we approve the budget, the financial report has been.
All right, so I have a motion from Alderman Tremblay and a second from Alderman Pino to accept the financial report as presented. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed? Thank you. All right, moving right along, we do have the investment report. We received a brief from Alderman Pino on quarterly investment report with possible discussion and or action. Alderman Pino, you do have the floor.
June 30th, investment was 138,000, with tax pool was $138,182.78. The ending amounts were deposited, at $140,021.71 for an earning of $1,838.93. And that is the report.
One from the one, huh?
Right. That's better. You know, we could always, invest with, Ross, if we have some extra money, they're giving,
We're giving it away.
no, they're giving 4.9 percent for 100,000 for 3 months.
You know, if tax pool is able to be moved to.
I just have a query in with them. With the state, I'm pretty sure that cost is
But security gets.
yeah.
Okay, well, let us know so that we can.
No, we don't have to move that if we have an extra 100,000 laying around that we could spare for 3 months.
No, but yeah, we can take a look at the budget.
I'll run it. I'll run this for you then.
No, not the ARPA funds, no.
Because we
A lot of,
have to turn that into bill to the bed,
Yeah.
into the art.
a lot of cities take their cash and, if they know they have a payment coming up in a certain amount of time, they'll reserve it and then they'll invest it in securities that for 3 or 6 months, and then they'll take it out and pay whatever they have to do.
Well, you know, and that's a good idea, because, you know, we have our road bond. And that payment due every year in September, and I think September.
So if you put that money aside, I mean, if you're withholding that money and you're not spending it because you want to pay that road bond, if you find a legitimate security that say pays 5% like Frost is doing, put it in there and earn.
We can talk about that. Anybody have any questions on the investment report?
Move to accept the delivery report.
You got a good job. Thank you.
All right, I got a motion to accept the investment report from Alderman Tremblay and a second from Alderman Coffindaffer. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed? Okay. Moving right along. Police Department, discuss and possible action on resolution number 2024-201, appointing Matthew Jones as chief of police, providing a severability clause, and providing for an effective date and administrative oath of office. What do you have the resolution in front of you?
No. Resolution number 2024-201, a resolution of the city council of the city of Sandy Oak, Texas, appointing J. Matthew Jones as chief of police and department head of the Sandy Oaks Police Department. We adopted.
A motion from Alderman Rufino, can I get a second? And a second from Alderman Dillinger. To accept or to adopt the resolution of the city council of the city of Sandy Oaks, Texas, appointing J. Matthew Jones as chief of police and department head of the city of Sandy Oaks. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Thank you. All right, Mr. Jones. First of all, I guess you accept.
I accept.
All right.
All right. Chief Jones, accept. All right, so we'll do the statement of officer. Please raise your right hand. I, J. Matthew Jones. I, J. Matthew Jones. Do solemnly swear. That I have not directly or indirectly. Paid, offered, promised. To pay. Contributed or promised to contribute. Any money or thing of value. Or promised any public office or employment. For the giving or withholding. Of a vote at the election. At which I was elected. Or as a reward to secure my appointment. Or confirmation. Whichever the case may be. So help me God. The title of the position to which you're elected and appointed is the Chief of Police of the Sandy Oaks Police Department. Sign, sir. All right, moving on. To your oath of office, I, J. Matthew Jones, do solemnly swear.
I, J. Matthew Jones, do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute the duties.
That I will faithfully execute the duties
Of the office of Chief of Police.
of the office of Chief of Police
For the Police Department of the City of Sandy Oaks.
for the Police Department of the City of Sandy Oaks,
Of the State of Texas.
State of Texas,
And will, to the best of my ability,
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution.
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution
And laws of the United States.
and laws of the United States
And of this state.
and of the state.
So help me God.
So help me.
Chief Jones, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Did you want to have your son? So I don't have a badge.
This is my sunset, by the way.
I don't have a badge.
You don't have a badge?
It's in the office. I can go, we'll go get it.
No problem. We know that.
All right, moving right along. Updates and announcements from Chief Jones with possible discussion and our action. Chief, do you have any updates or announcements?
Announcements, I'm happy to be here, obviously, as far as any kind of updates are concerned. One of my first missions is gonna be trying to expand as much as we can the department, try to get some other people on board. Corporal's done a good job of taking care of things on his own for a while. I think deserves a lot of help there. I think that's gonna be one of our first missions out the door. Trying to update the equipment as much as we can within budget, obviously, and just get in with the citizens here and see what our issues are and see what we can do to solve them as quickly as possible. Not gonna recreate the wheel or anything or solve our problems overnight, but looking forward to trying and doing what we can do, taking it day by day. If anybody has any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer.
I think so.
Thank you.
All right, moving right along. Animal control presentation of monthly report by ACO Cunningham and possible discussion and our action. And the report.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. So the month of June, the report, I just want to make a quick, note on the very bottom, it says for the month of May. Dog euthanasias, it's supposed to say June. There's a typo there. So for the month of June, we had 4 warnings, we had 10 citations. Referrals was 4. Impounds total was 4, impound and citation was 2. Unable to locate was 3, no violation observed was 6, pending cases is 2, and we had, pretty much, we went out and resolved everything that was up to resolve before we got there. Total calls for service was 35. We had total number of animals that were taken into the facility for the month of June was 7. Animals in custody as of today, it says 10 on here. We actually have 11. Dogs transferred to shelters, returned to owners, or adopted for the month of June was 11. And then dogs euthanized, of course, was 0. So every dog that we had got saved this month. Or last.
Awesome. Anything else?
I don't know.
Any questions? I'm thinking we can work on this. Moving along. Updates and announcements, Parks and Recreation updates and announcements from Park Advisory Committee Chair Lapino with possible discussion and our action.
Yes, we had a meeting, had Tuesday, a short meeting. We discussed the activities, which and also the approval of the bank, the approval of the council meeting. And they want to finish the very good meeting. So, one of course, the next meeting will be on August 5th. That's the community thing. That's the talking to the meeting.
It's at 6 p.m., right?
No, 5:30. And that's all.
Thank you, Chair. All right, moving right along, administration of old business, discussing a possible action on appointing a commissioner to fill the vacancy on the planning and zoning commission and the procedures to fill vacancy on the planning and zoning commission. Charles, I know you were not present, as you may or may not be aware, our commissioner stepped down. So we kind of assigned homework to see if anybody is interested or found somebody interested in the planning and zoning commission. It's now up for discussion.
I believe we asked Monica, and she wanted to have access to the email, so if we can get that in place, she'd consider it.
Yeah, so we have the laptop set up, so it should not be an issue getting her access to emails. Or I think the other option was we issue her one of the city phones, because you do need the MFA to authenticate. And I think in a role like that, you do need to have mobile email. You need to be able to answer on the fly. So maybe that's just the real fix, right?
Give her access to the front door to open.
Yeah, because then she can't come unless we're open. So what do we want to trade off with, right? Do we want to give her an alarm code, give her a key, let her in at any time of the day, or do we give her a mobile phone, a city phone that can have mail on it delivered to her at any time of the day?
I'd say we give her a mobile phone. It seems like the least heartache.
These insurances for this.
There you go.
But then we still got to fill in her position, right? So. Do we have somebody, do we have a recommendation to fill that position?
What was her position called? She was, I forget which position, but she was vice chair.
Might be 3 or, there was only 3 positions, right? So. Well, I'll tell you what, I mean,
Commissioner 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, chairman, about it.
Oh, gotcha,
a position number.
gotcha, okay. Well, I mean, I think we can't, I mean, I guess we could move her to the commissioner position, but then that still then puts us in a gap.
Yeah.
So I think we have to table it, in my opinion, I think we table it until we can find somebody to backfill, because otherwise they can't, there's no
Well-
form.
Well, the commissioner, there's forms three. Yeah, so, and it's vice chair. You can continue to call meetings and set agenda. When the chairman's down, then the vice chair lets the, have the agenda, schedules meeting. And, you know, I'm in favor of appointing her the chair. I don't remember. Yeah. Do we appoint the chair or the committee elect the chair?
It's already a commission.
And I should know the answer to that.
Oh, sure.
Excuse me?
I put it sure. You know.
I think we need.
Let's, yeah, let's table it and research it.
No, we don't take it.
Well,
Let's postpone this to our next regular scheduled meeting. Let's review the ordinance and just let's look for a commission member.
Is that something we can post on our website?
It can be posted on the website. It could be announced on next door, all the, you know, auxiliary websites.
I'll post it on next door and I'll see where we can post, I'll have CJ take a look where we can put it on the website. And we're looking for a commissioner. But for now then, sounds like we're okay with agenda item 11A and.
Or maybe somebody here tonight wants to volunteer for that.
Let everybody raise their hand.
Hey, how you doing? I'm at that one. Yeah, now for it. Yeah, so. How you doing there, Paul? All right. You want a motion or you want the wrong way?
I will, on my authority, we'll go ahead and postpone agenda item 11A and 11. Okay, moving right along to 12A, updates and announcements from Public Works Director Priscilla Smith with possible discussion and or action.
I don't know where she
And
went.
She was supposed to come back, yeah.
She did, her purse is right there.
Oh, fine. You wanna go to the next one and come back to it?
That's our driving the tractor, really, did that.
Okay, yeah, so actually, 13A is going to be postponed as well because of Hurricane Beryl. Colton Goss is not available to present today. He has a litigation plan, and it's 600 pages, so we've been here for a while. So let's have a light agenda for the next time
Well,
that's presented.
Actually, the Bear County multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan is available online, all 600 pages.
Yes, and I've sent it out.
Yes, 99.99% of their mitigation program has to deal with flooding. Historically, we have no other plan at this time other than adopting the Bear County multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan. I'm going to move that we adopt the resolution and move forward.
It was emailed to you earlier this afternoon. So I mean, it's up to y'all what y'all want to do. You do have it in your inbox.
I don't think they have enough.
Well, anybody that opposes adopting the Bear County multi-jurisdictional
If we don't do it,
mitigation plan, then
we won't qualify for it.
if we don't have a plan, we will not qualify for emergency funds.
Right.
So unless somebody is stepping up with a mitigation plan in hand today, I move that we adopt the resolution, of the city council from the city of San Diego approving a hazard mitigation plan and that plan being Bear County multi-jurisdictional mitigation plan.
I'll second that. Because.
Yeah. All right, so I got a motion from Alderman Fillinger and a second from Alderman Lupino to accept the resolution of the city council for the city of San Diego, Texas, approving a multi-jurisdictional hazard mitigation plan. Resolution number is not available, but we'll find it and we'll post it online. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? All right, thank you. Moving right along, moving backwards. Updates and announcements from Public Works Director Priscilla Smith with possible discussion and action. Ma'am, you have the floor.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I have nothing tonight.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
All right, so last item, I believe, is the discuss and action on Rise Broadband. Priscilla, can you stay for this one? Please. Discuss interaction on Rise Broadband letter to the city of Sandy Oaks. So a letter was presented to me after a conversation, with the Rise Broadband contact. And, I told them basically what we were experiencing and, how we've lost faith in their company. What they have proposed is to come back at a slower pace, and basically roll it on software. They would operate with a one-man team. They would have flaggers.
So with the single thing, not a one.
Yeah, single team, sorry. With a single team, excuse me. Traffic controllers, flaggers, proceed with installation only after locates are done. There'll be potholing at drill sites. Again, resuming installation with a single crew on a probationary basis. I mean, that's kind of that's basically what I advised. Those were our main concerns.
And the damages they made?
And the damages they make, that's on them, right? That's on them. And I say that because we don't control the facility or the utilities that are in our right of way, right? So San Antonio Water System, San Antonio Energy, Alamo Broadband is in there as well. Should they have disruptions or breaks, that's on them to resolve. We don't have the crew or the ability to go and repair any. So.
No, that's personally, but I mean, that was the issue we were running into. It wasn't they weren't doing the work, it was just they were tearing everything up on the way.
Right.
Citizens were losing water and all the other.
I think there was another issue of them destroying, aprons and driveways, access to.
Yes.
Driveways.
Yeah.
Damaging people's property, onto their property beyond the right of way. I don't see that addressing. I mean, I heard.
That's the problem I see too.
Yeah, I heard people, I saw people complaining on Nextdoor that they tried to talk to the crews about repairing the damage they made to the property and just went on empty ears.
Okay, so
There's,
So it should be some responsibility of theirs to repair any damage.
I think there's a couple of issues.
Well,
That's what we're doing now.
I don't think.
hang on, guys.
I don't think that they are reporting outages to solve. Because there's been several people say they broke it, they drove away. Okay. And the next morning, the water's still running. Now, that water is not running through their meter,
Right.
but yeah, now I've got a flooded yard. Another issue is trespassing on private property. They cannot extend the right of way endlessly to the front porch. They can't bring their heavy equipment into somebody's yard. Whether it, be a beautiful lawn or a weed patch, you don't do that. And then the driveway issue. And I think those need to be addressed and, and it's on Rise. They can say, well, the contractor, but it's your contractor.
Yeah,
It's not a city contractor. If it was a city contractor, we would have terminated them long ago.
Yep.
and would be responsible for any repairs.
So-
Because they got,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, then-
and locating the utilities is a big part. I mean, if the city does any work out there, they're getting, there's a, what do you call it? 811.
811.
811, and they come out and locate it, you'll get gas, you'll get center point, you'll get that.
theoretically, they've done all that, but they've had endless water leaks and 2 gas lines. And when Alamo was doing all their underground cable, we had 0 citizen complaint. And so, you know,
That's a different thing.
it's the same silly orange fiber going under the same silly, or under the same silly right of way. How can one company do it with essentially 0 complaint? And this other company is like daily, we're having issues. So, you know. And I will go ahead and gossip. The same issue was had when this company did their 5-year in Floresville. And the same issues happening right now in Latoya. It's the contract, it's not, you know, it's not right, but it's their contract.
So they're not bidding the contract.
Right, it could be a bottom dollar type. It's what it is.
So
So I can, huh?
Of course, it's not about.
Well, so then really a lot of the issue lies with, is the same contractor gonna come? I guess that's the root cause, right? If we can figure out if the same contractor is gonna come out,
Same
then it's,
contract
the answer's no.
with coming back to the city with a single thing.
Yep.
All that means is they would slow down the gas,
Slow down, yeah, sure.
not eliminate the
Yeah.
gas.
Gotcha.
So, they're planning on having double installation contractors. I don't know the deal with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, so look, I'll go back to them, and I'm in communication, not me being rude. I'm in communication with Cassandra, I'll let them know the additional concerns that we have, but really the root cause is that contractor still gonna.
one who don't want the same contractors too, even if the contractors change their names. Then we don't want those people.
Okay, so then we'll talk to them. Me and
Thank you,
Cassandra.
sir.
Thank you for your expertise.
Yeah, I think you said no at one point, so. All right, guys, look, I think that is, unless I missed something, I think we're good here. We're good for today.
Move to adjourn.
It is now 7:13. We are adjourned.
Most important number we learned today, 811.